Okay, my neighbor is coming home after being 2 weeks in the hospital with COVID. Anyway, I want to make her a soup every day, and today I'm making my tomato basil soup. So what I have here simmering is 1 quart of my no sodium chicken stock from the dog chicken. If you don't know what that means, our dogs eat boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and sometimes we bake them, sometimes I put them in the Instant Pot when I need stock. So there's a can of crushed tomatoes, and use good crushed tomatoes. This is Cento. This is a brand of San Marzano tomatoes, and that's what you want. But the large can of tomato puree. Okay, I put about 20 basil leaves in there, maybe more. Just a big stalk from my garden. I pull the leaves off. So far I just have my chicken broth, my crushed tomatoes, and the basil. And it's simmering nicely. I'm going to turn it off, setting to infuse the basil into the tomatoes and broth. I'll be back with it later, but this is an important part, to just let it set and let the basil infuse. Okay, now that it's been steeping for about an hour, I'm going to fish out all the basil leaves and put them in the blender. Then I'm going to put some of this liquid in and blend it up and put it back. Okay, here's all the blended up basil leaves going back in. And by the way, this recipe I made up, but I was inspired by having tomato soup almost every day at a place called La Madeleine. I know they're both in Houston and Dallas, but I don't know if they're a national chain. La Madeleine, they bake bread every day, and they have a soup of the day in addition, but they always have the tomato basil. So I've got this heating up. I'm going to taste it, and then I'm going to show you the next two delicious ingredients. Okay, it needed seasoning, even I could tell that. And I added some of my organic no salt seasoning and just a pinch, like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, these are the two ingredients that you add as much as you can afford. And I'm not talking about money. Butter and cream. So I use unsalted butter, and for cream I really enjoy this crema mexicana from Castica, and you could find it in all the grocery stores, and it has a little bit of a sharper taste. It's somewhere kind of between creme fraiche and sour cream, but it's pourable. Now, when I'm making this for company, I use a whole stick of butter and a cup of cream. At home, I've gotten away with 1/4 of a stick, which is 2 tablespoons, and 1/4 of a cup of cream. So I never know where to go. I'm going to start with half and half a stick of butter and half a cup of cream, and see where I want to take it, because I am making this for someone special. It's just a little bit bitter, as tomatoes sometimes can be, so I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. Okay, it's ready. I ended up adding the rest of the butter and another half a cup of crema. So this is, I pushed the boat out on it, a full stick of butter and a full cup of cream. Because I'm making it for a very special person and I want it to be as delicious as it can be. Okay, here we are. This is a quart that I'm taking to my neighbor. This is a baguette that is frozen, but it was fresh when it was frozen. I got it from a French bakery, so it'll be fresh when it thaws out. And the rest of it is for my greedy self. Hope you try it.